In his first 5 games as Hearts coach, the festive 5-goal demolition of Falkirk couldn't have come at a better time for Graham Rix. It sets up the Tynecastle team nicely for tomorrow's vital visit of leaders Celtic. Rix made 2 changes to the team beaten at Ibrox. Striker Roman Bednar was out again and replaced by teenager Callum Elliott. Left-back Takis Fisas returned after paternity duties to depose Jamie McAllister. Midfielder Stephen O'Donnell was back in for Falkirk, although not for the full duration. Pedro Moutinho dropped out. That was the only switch from the team which lost at home to Kilmarnock. Stuart Dougal, criticised afterwards by Falkirk manager John Hughes, was the referee.
Presley's header forward. Hartley comes away with the ball. Elliott calling for it through the middle. And he got a touch, and eventually it was Glennon who pushed that one behind. Elliott made the run. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt saying that he meant it, but the last touch appeared to come from the Hearts striker, and in the end a good save by Glennon to keep the scoreline blank. Mill gets it away. Scally. O'Donnell feeds it through, gets it back from Gow. Now Latapi. Knocked by Alan Gow out wide for McPherson. That's to the back post. Fisas makes a mistake, and it could have been costly as Duffy pounced. But the ball goes behind for a corner. That was a mistake by Takis Fisas, which set up the opportunity for Duffy. But the shot was blocked. Scally. Presley tidies up, and the follow through by O'Donnell did not meet with the approval of Stuart Dougal. Yellow card picked up by Latapi. Good challenge by Julian Brellier, but here's O'Donnell, blocked by Nielsen, keeps the ball in play. Robbie Nielsen coming forward now, looking to see what options are open to him. Hearts again, Skatchel. Just with a touch. Hartley. Skatchel takes over. Thinks about the shot and lets one go! Just past the post. Hearts keeper plays that one long downfield. Ireland's onto it. Skatchel picks up the header though. Fisas in the overlap. Plenty bodies inside that Falkirk area. Fisas delivers across the 18-yard line. Skatchel, this is dangerous. Gets the shot in, but it's blocked. The ball's going clear. Hartley! Paul Hartley puts Hearts into the lead. 20 minutes on the clock. Skatchel's shot was blocked, but the ball wasn't cleared out of the danger area. And when it fell to Paul Hartley, he very quickly and coolly judged the situation and put the ball into the back of the net. Midway through the first half, Hearts leading by 1-0. Elliott taken out by O'Donnell. He's been booked already, and he's off. Stephen O'Donnell lost 22.5 minutes of the game. He was booked after 8 minutes. And now he is off the park. Falkirk are down to 10 men. Hearts lead by 1-0. It's not looking like a very happy Boxing Day for the visitors at Tynecastle. Wesley takes it short. Nielsen. Jankowskis to Cisnauskis. Inside for Skatchel. Tries to create the space. Left foot shot! 2-0! Rudy Skatchel's 14th goal of the season, and he has this habit of making them spectacular. He looked to create this space. He knew he was in shooting range, and when he was satisfied, he let fly with that left foot, and the ball flew past Matt Glennon. Nielsen, Latapi. Grelier with a challenge. Duffy can't get the pass through. Falls to Latapi. He'll shoot again. No, instead he delivers the pass. And a good one and a good save by Craig Gordon. Darryl Duffy was in with a chance there, but Gordon was quickly off his line to block the effort. And now it's Hearts on the counter-attack. Chesnauskis down the right, delivers it in the middle. It's right across, it's going to be number 3! Callum Elliott makes it 3-0. Presented with the opportunity. Falkirk just could not cut out the cross. Well, they did. But when it was stopped, it broke straight to the Hearts striker. And Callum Elliott scores to make it Hearts 3, Falkirk 0. Laurie's throw to Duffy. Webster gets the better run, but goes down. Play continues. Here's an opportunity for Falkirk, but Duffy puts it wide of the target. Well, the Hearts players, I think, were waiting for a whistle. It was never going to come. The referee had indicated that play should continue, and the ball was played into the path of Darryl Duffy, and perhaps he should have done better with that effort. Chesnauskis with a cross, good one right into the middle, delivered at pace. Nielsen, Chesnauskis with a second opportunity to get this one in the middle. Back to Nielsen though instead. Nielsen gets the cross in! And Hearts go 4-0 ahead. Well, that's what Hearts have been waiting for. Things hadn't been going the way they were looking to in the second half. Falkirk had reorganised. But it's Michael Pospisil, who came on as the substitute just a few minutes ago, gets the goal. Into the middle, headed away by Scally. Falls for McFarlane, nods it out to Chesnauskis. Good play by Chesnauskis, drives it in low! Well, a good save in the end by Matt Glennon. Pospisil got on the end of that Chesnauskis effort and was pushing it into the corner, but the goalkeeper managed to scramble it behind for a corner kick. McFarlane, Fizes spreads it across to Nielsen. Chesnauskis comes inside, looks at the return, doesn't get it from Elliott. Although Elliott wins back possession for Hearts. Tries a shot! Number 5! Callum Elliott, second of the afternoon. And Hearts hit the 5th goal. 45 seconds into time added on. And that does now record their biggest victory of the season. It's not been a good afternoon for Falkirk.
Stephen Presley is well aware that tomorrow's visit of SPL leaders Celtic to Tynecastle could have a massive impact on Hearts' season. There are 4 points between them at the moment, and the Hearts skipper doesn't fancy that gap getting any wider. Here he is in conversation with Scott Booth.
I think from our own point of view, it's been a very successful season thus far. I think if you'd said this on July the 28th, that we'd have the opportunity to close the gap on the top of the table team to 1 point come the 1st of January, I'm sure we'd have taken it with 2 hands. But you know, it's been slightly turbulent with the departure of George Burley. But you know, we're confident we can go in from there, and we're confident we can sustain a challenge.
And how's it been for you? I mean, you've had many starts to the season with Hearts. This time it was unbelievable, and you led for 11 weeks. How did that feel?
It was tremendous, you know. In my 8 years at the club, it's been probably my most enjoyable period at the football club. You know, every week we're playing in front of full houses. You know, there's a real feel-good factor around the club, and everybody believes that we're on the verge of something big. So it's a very exciting club to be around at this moment in time.
Let's just touch on the George Bully thing. What actually happened at that time?
Well, I was informed on the Saturday morning prior to the Dunfermline game that George had left the club, and myself, like probably the entire squad, was devastated by the news, because George had formed a great relationship with the players. He was extremely popular with the players, and we had the utmost respect for him as a manager, you know, and we were bitterly disappointed to see him leave the football club. But as I said at the time, as players and employees of Heart Midlothian Football Club, we have to go on and we have to continue trying to get results for the football club. And it was important that we didn't throw away all the hard work that had gone into the first 3 or 4 months of the season. And you know, I think full credit has to go to all the squad, because in difficult circumstances, I think we've managed to stay in touch with Celtic.
So was it inevitable, really, to have some sort of slump just after George Borley left the club?
I don't think it was inevitable, but you know, I think the most important factor for football players is stability and you know, trust, and you have to build that up with the manager over a period of time. So it became a wee slightly uncertain time for a lot of players that were brought here by George, a lot of players that believed in George. His training was excellent, you know, his preparation was excellent, you know, we had great belief in his methods, but as they say, there's many ways to skin a cat, and you know, Graham's come in and the players have adapted well to him, and we have great belief in him too. So we were delighted with the result of the weekend, because you know, after a difficult 3 or 4 weeks, it was important that we got the right result for the manager, and we're delighted to do that this weekend.
Do you see the justification in bringing in Rex?
The players are delighted, you know, his training's been good. We've thoroughly enjoyed working with him, and you know, we're very positive about the future.
At Hearts, you've used a number of methods to inspire you before games. There was a video or DVD used prior to the Falkirk game. Do you think that's important at times, to show something a bit more visual to players rather than just talking?
Yeah, I think you know, the most important, in my opinion, the most important aspect of a footballer is his mental, you know, attitude. And I think if he's mentally right, then generally he'll perform. And you know, the manager was very shrewd in that. He put on a very positive video for us to watch, and you know, I definitely think it had the right effect.
Undefeated at Tynecastle, is that going to be a major factor when Celtic arrive?
Well, it's a start that we should be proud of, and it's a start that should give us you know, great confidence going into the game. We played very well at Celtic Park earlier in the season, when we drew 1 each, and I thought we were unfortunate not to win the game. So you know, there should be a belief around the side, and we must go out there with the chests out and believe that we can win this game. And you know, I'm sure if we have the right mental attitude, we will win the game.
Also very important that you are one of the only sides that can match Celtic physically as well.
Well, I think for 3 or 4 years now we've been described as a slightly physical team, and you know, I think in the modern day that is very important. I think that sometimes people have overlooked, you know, our other attributes, but you know, we are relatively physical. We have a lot of boys that you know, like to win, and I think that that's shown in our performances.
And how pivotal is this game itself as far as your aspirations to go all the way this season?
I think that yeah, it's a very important game. I think if we can win the game and close the gap to 1 point, then I think it'll be a very significant game in our season. It will certainly give us the confidence to hopefully go on another sustained undefeated run. And regardless of the result against Celtic, you know, I think